So I've got a new chair, which is pretty nice. Look at this chair. It's one of the 2B, one of the ergo chairs, and it's pretty nice. I can I can I can recline all the way like this, and it's so good though. G'day mates, Mingo here, I'm a Duff developer making a video game that champions in Duff Carter. This is a video series chronicling the development of that very video game. As always, the footage to see in this video will be early development footage, so things can and will change. In today's video, I will go through the development of the boss battle that I have planned to do to close out the internal prototype. I had started working on this last year, but with just a few steps to go for this step, I decided to go back to this and fully completed. And I'm also still kind of burned out from 2D animations last month, so it was kind of easier to go with something simple this month. So let's just go quickly through the steps because there is a lot to cover. One, I started this last year and I have the videos, but I don't quite remember the steps, so I'm gonna try and show you what I did. And two, it's a quick video. So this is a boss, the Omadachimmat, or the Waypoint Guardian. I haven't decided a name yet, but this is a boss. The first thing to figure out was the basics for the boss. So like what the health of boss was, what types of attacks it would have, and what damage it would do. So the first thing I did was creating the pseudo code for the boss, which is kind of like a flowchart that shows the boss's main stats. As you can see from pseudo code that I set up, the boss will have two separate attacks in the first phase, one being an arm attack, and that will allow the player to get some hits in after dodging it. And the second is an indirect attack, which will force the player to move around, dodging the falling debris, but it will give the player a chance or window to attack after. While the boss health gets low enough, that 1/3 of the health remaining, it will enter the third phase, which means the boss's attacks will be stronger and will also gain a third attack that will be much more brutal for the player. It sounds simple as a first boss fight. Another design note I had was that when I placed mounts of dead around the boss so that the player couldn't directly attack the boss, basically forcing them to wait for their timings. So it's kind of something I did to try and flavor up the boss, so to speak. I did some animation frames, but those are for later references. So I actually block out the boss first, so I had a reference to put into the stage. I know this is the only boss that I'm going to do, so I also created a boss health controller that I can place on all of the bosses, which controls their health. So when I create a script for the specific bosses, I can attach the health controller to that script, and that controls the health and so on. I placed a trigger in the opening of a boss area that changes the camera view to where the player will be able to see the boss as well as the gem hunter, giving an unique view for the boss battle. It's kind of simple. I also planned on doing an animated cutscene at the end just to close out the programming, the prototype demo. I'm still planning on doing that. It's just I have no idea if I actually do it or not. I have no idea. At that point, I have basically finished the boss, so I kind of decided to start on the video. And then I just didn't do it. And now we're here, 1 year later. We have just come back to the boss after a particularly touching time in my solo development, and I decided to come back to something that was close to fruition, and I could just tick it off a list. I went to 3D modeling. and I modeled the boss in 3D. Although it's much harder than 3D animation, but this boss is basically just a snap of sentient gemstones. So yeah, it still was easier to make in 3D than in 2D, right? So I modeled the body of the 3D boss, ignoring the tail because I'm not putting myself through that torture again. And that's it, I suppose. We have a boss that closes out the functional prototype. And I'm actually happy about that. Which is considering last month I'm happy with being happy at the state. That's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you like what you saw, please leave a like or subscribe to my channel for more great content. If you want to leave a comment, just say hello. I've forgotten what I was going to say. Anyway, I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, mates.